Oh, son, what's good, my boy? Oh, hold up. I'm looking a little scruffy, boy. Oh, shit, let's... There we go, my boy. Got a little acne, but that's that movie magic, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make this one a 10-minute video. We're gonna try to, and we never know once these thoughts start flowing out this dome. So let's get this shit. Why perspective and gratitude give you happiness in life. Let's first give you a reason to be grateful. All these fucking guru self-help YouTube faggots sit here and say the stupidest gratitude advice I could ever hear. Oh, dude, you woke up and you stepped out of bed this morning, be grateful. Oh, dude, you found this video and it's very helpful, be grateful. Oh, you're on your purpose, be grateful. They say all this corny shit. You want to know why you should be grateful? I used to be one of them born in the wrong generation motherfuckers whenever I was in middle school. I like 50s and 60s music and a bunch of old shit, and I thought it was this special snowflake. That video that Filthy Frank had made back in the day, I watched that and I was like, at first I was like, damn, this is fucking me, bruh. This motherfucker just hitting the nail on it. And then that snapped me out of that. But there's still a lot of people who are these born in the wrong generation pussies. Let me explain. I like a lot of nature and shit. I advise to try to limit your consumption of technology and everything like that. But I say to limit this because of how powerful of a tool your phone, a computer, all this shit is. You need to realize the level of the access of information that all of us in this generation are born with compared to anybody in the past. You have more access to more information, more knowledge, can learn more shit than the richest, most powerful, important person in the 1990s. Well, even if you had $1 trillion and you could hire some personal assistant to go and research every single thing for you, any question you had, like a human Google or something, it's still slower than being able to look up anything. You can go and find the lectures from Harvard professors, MIT professors, all these very notorious colleges. You can find all the information. You can learn how to do anything, any skill. We talk about all these like STEM programs and how they're... Bro, you can literally learn open heart surgery online. You can learn that shit. I don't know if I would trust it, but in all, you can teach yourself fucking anything from the click of a button in your pocket or on a desk. That's just straight facts. Anywhere. As long as you have an internet connection, you can find access to any fucking thing in the world. We have a better quality of life than Marcus Aurelius, the fucking emperor of Rome. We have a better life than almost the king of England 100 years ago. You might not have like 20 fucking bitches that could just give you baths every day or some shit, but you have a better quality of life. The understanding we have about diseases and medicine and all this shit, our quality of life is all the way skyrocketed. But people continue to have this woe is me bullshit. Dog, if you are sitting there and you're not innovating or creating things or have a vision to create something, you're just fucking missing out, honestly. You should have a sense of ambition that is unrivaled by anything in the past because you have the resources at your disposal that are unlike anything in the fucking past. So the question begs to differ. Why is everyone so miserable? Why does everyone seem so unhappy? Why is everyone searching for this meaning and everything like that whenever their quality of life and everything is all the way up here? Their reality is golden. It's simple. As your reality moves up, so does your expectations on your current existence. They work in synchrony. And the more the expectation goes up, the more this other level of like despair and sadness kind of comes down. Normally this level of like this happiness slider bar that starts off like meh, normally if your expectations were real low, think about it this way. Whenever you are surprised with something, normally there's a sense of joy that you don't experience on a regular basis because you were not expecting it. Normally whenever people do things that are out of your expectations, it's a very positive experience. Same thing. But it works in opposites. Whenever you have too much expectation and it doesn't meet that expectation, everything down here is going to go down. So that's kind of what we've come to now. You got to realize how good we have it. It's so much more than all these gratitude things about fucking career and success. It's our whole environment, our whole society, the childhood mortality rate, the rate of a child surviving childbirth or the mother surviving labor. It was 10 times lower than it is now. Nowadays, people don't even give it second thought. Another thing, I don't think people realize how common war used to be. How common just normal violence was. People, the perception and value of human life was so low compared to now. We have not been in a big war besides like the Afghan war and all that shit in the Ukraine. That's about the only thing. This shit used to be so common. A motherfucker would call a guy's wife ugly and a whole country would go to war over this shit. But over time, we've developed tools that have mitigated these wars. I actually accredit the Oppenheimer guy, the guy with the father of the atomic bomb, I attribute him to a level of world peace. The tools of self-destruction that we are capable of now to annihilate the whole world in its entirety. That threat has kind of almost brought a sense of peace. Because two people are threatening it, no one's gonna fucking do it because of the consequences. So really, Oppenheimer kind of created peace because now it's kind of a standstill whenever it comes to war. In the past, look at the last 100 years, how many wars there were. We're 20 years deep and we've only had a little bit of an invasion in Iraq, a couple little skirmishes here with terrorists, and then the Ukraine thing now. That's very tame compared to the last 100 years of the world wars, the fucking Trojan wars, all that crazy shit in the past. So we have it pretty good. Another thing that you need to be grateful for is our knowledge whenever it comes to germs and diseases. You get a scratch in a war in the past, it fucking rots your whole arm off. More people died in World War II due to infection and illness than they did from being shot with a gun. Most people do not think about that. Most people do not think that 100 years, people who thought about germs were mocked and laughed at. We have come so far. Our technology, our science, everything is at a level, our quality of life is at levels that has never been documented in human history ever. So we have this quality of life that is one of the biggest things to be grateful for. Then we have this technology. The largest database of information in the whole world. People used to not be allowed to read. They did not allow slaves to read. Numerous countries did not allow certain groups of people to read. A book was like a fucking relic to them. And now you can find anything on your phone. You can look up any fucking book in the world, any book, and have a free PDF, not pay a single dime for it. You did not have that. You can type in a search engine the question to fucking almost anything besides some philosophical opinionated thing, and it will give you an answer. Any mathematical formula. You can take a picture of like the most complicated math problem and there's a fucking robot that will solve it for you. We are starting to inundate robots as well as all the technology and computers as the ultimate convenience to us. Yeah, there's a bunch of theories and all that shit about it's gonna end the world. We're not getting into that. We're just talking about things that are right here in this present moment, not 10 years in the future, that you should be fucking grateful for. I accidentally shot myself in the leg. It traveled all the way from the top of my inner hip, all the way through the back of my knee. And they put a fucking syringe in me and went like that, and I was healed. You get shot in the leg like that a fucking 100 years ago, you're dead. The infection will spread. They sent me home with the fucking gauze and a little bottle that I spray on it and wipe it off. But this shit has been health has been so automated. It might not be the best. It might not be the good standards in the U.S. with the way you have to pay for it and then indebted to it. Fuck, my lifeline from shooting myself cost me $75,000. I didn't pay a fucking dime of that. They can go fuck themselves. But that's just facts. But we're not going to get real political on this. I'm just going to say, the level that we have, how good we have it, you have your life. Your life is a better quality of life than the King of fucking England. Than the King of fucking England 150 years ago. You have more knowledge than the fucking richest person ever in the 1990s at your fingertips. So utilize it. Innovate with it. But then also be extremely grateful at what you are given. See, to get this happiness, you need the perspective and the gratitude. The perspective is all that shit that I told you. The perspective is, holy shit, I have it good compared to people 100 years ago. So that is the reframing of the mind that you must go on. That is where you change everything up here to start being grateful, to start changing the perspective of what you have at your disposal. Then, the next is, well, how do I reframe my mind? You just told me a bunch of shit that don't make sense. Study history, my friend. Same reason why we don't want things like the Holocaust and all these great depressions and all this shit to occur again. People study history because we do not want certain histories to repeat themselves. We want to move like this and not move like that. So study history. And I promise you, your happiness and fulfillment, everything will move upwards. In an upwards trajectory, because you will have constant reminders that you do not have to sword fight someone in the fucking streets over your girlfriend. You do not have to sword fight someone because you cut them off in traffic. Think about shit like that. You don't have to walk into town and see fucking Billy, your neighbor's son, getting executed by a fucking sword on a chopping block because he stole some rice. Be grateful for this shit. People dissociate so much with this powerful tool of technology because although it is a very powerful tool, it is also it is very easy to get sucked into it because people and tech people have weaponized this to keep people locked in and not thinking for themselves about things like this, about how good you have it, about how good our circumstances is. No matter how poor you are, you can go and get a fucking phone for $100. You can go get an Android phone for $100 and a fucking $30 a month phone bill and have access to all of this information. And, well, you can't have that. Well, don't have it. Someone can't afford $100 and $30 a month, then they're fucking, well. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the normal person. So, study history. The key is perspective and gratitude, my friend. Tomorrow, I feel like a fucking history teacher. In tomorrow's lesson, we will be talking about this and how to not get so sucked in, how to utilize it as a tool, how to prosper with it as a tool, as well as, like I said, tips to not get sucked in and all that. Because this is the biggest experience that I'm going through right now, is I'm going through the process of being very strict with myself and not allowing myself to be sucked into it. So, if you found this helpful, if it gave you some insight, perspective, little gratitude, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that corny shit YouTubers say. Have a great fucking day, old son. Chase paper and enjoy nature.